Molweni, and welcome to the third episode of the After Dark Entertainment podcast. And today, joining me, I have a media mogul,
Sir,
Mr. Live T.
what's up? What's up, my man? What's
You
up?
good, sir?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm
you
actually
good.
very excited. It's gonna be the first time the city actually sees me being interviewed. For
Damn,
that for the past 3-4 years.
that's
I've
big.
been interviewing people, so
Oh,
I've
yeah,
been making
you-
people feel uncomfortable. type of
Oh,
shit.
you've been having people on the hot seat. They've
Of
been.
course, my man. Of
Talk-
course, like.
Let's see if you
always
can
nice.
handle the heat. Let's see if you can take it.
I'm here early on time, so I think like I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready for the heat, man.
Let's get it going. Let's just get it moving a bit. Just tell the people about Red Break Radio. Tell my listenership about what you're about, Feng Shui TV. Just that we're here and there. Touch.
All right. I think the city needs this explanation because it's not only about Red Brick Radio. Red Brick Radio and Feng Shui TV are just productions in one of the divisions in the bigger
Okay.
spectrum.
Okay.
Yeah, man. The company is Red Brick Media Umbrella Group.
Okay.
We have 4 divisions. Yeah, I think 4.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I checked with my admin people. Yeah, we have
Four
4. It's
divisions.
Red Brick Media Productions, Red Brick Media Entertainment,
Okay.
Red Brick Media Fashion, and Red Brick Media Agency. That's the
Okay.
artist management agency. So we have 4 departments.
Okay.
For now, only 3 are working.
Are working,
Yeah, we
functional.
haven't.
Okay, okay.
We still in plan for Red Brick Media Fashion.
Okay.
We're still sorting out the logistics there. But yeah, it's a fun time, man. To move on to talk better
Okay.
about Red Brick Radio.
Okay.
That's an online radio podcast which deals with music, fashion, and arts.
Okay.
We have 3 segments on the show. It's Word on the Streets, where we speak about the popular culture and any industry issues that
Okay.
some of our artists face. And then we have
Okay.
the Drip Box. The Drip Box, that's where we speak about lifestyle and health and fashion.
Okay.
And then we have the Red Brick Radio Top Charts. That's where we select a couple of cats from the city.
From the city.
Of course, you need to meet the criteria for your
Yep,
track to
yep,
actually
yep.
make the top charts.
Obviously, you can't just bring in any
Nah,
Tom, Dick, and
nigga.
Harry. Nah.
That would be in a perfect world. I'd always love to give people opportunity.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I also need to help them grow. So I need to pull out the whip sometimes. I need
Yeah,
to
put the
add
pressure.
things that would pressure them.
Yeah. And you spoke about like industry issues that artists face, and in your time in this industry, what are like the most reoccurring issues that artists face?
Well, firstly is the financing of things.
Okay, that's a big one.
Our artists are always worried about the financing of things
Mm-hmm.
without thinking or weighing all the options out. So what can I do at its minimum level?
Yeah.
They always trying to take things on a great heights at
Okay.
like they don't understand that there's many strategies, there's many gimmicks of actually making it,
Yeah.
but you need to try something at its minimum level
Mm-hmm.
and see what is not working. You can't just say strategies or the way I've been hustling is not working. If you haven't
Tried
brought it back
anything
down
else?
at its lowest level.
Oh, it is low. Okay.
Like
okay.
what we have here, cameras, mics, that is at its biggest
Basic.
level.
This is
that-
big.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is
shit.
that like
Shit.
for me, man. Like considering where I come from with my show, you didn't have to record a podcast with a phone.
Yeah.
You didn't have to edit a podcast with a phone.
With the phone, yeah.
So
it's the luxury, yeah. it's
that's the luxury,
yeah.
man. Like when I started out, I needed to walk a lot to different locations because my first show was Mr. Live C Music.
Okay.
Like the concept was pretty basic. It's like, okay, I don't know any artists, but there's a lot of people that are hanging around corners. In every group,
There's an art.
there's an artist, 1 or 2.
There's always a rapper. There's always a rapper.
There's
Every
always that
clique has
nigga,
a rapper.
you
sure.
know.
I
So
get that.
that was my thinking. So I was like, nah, let me engage these people.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of the issues I was facing. Like there was a lot. Like I didn't know anyone. I didn't know
Yeah.
artists.
Yeah.
And whoever knew me for something else because I was a very sporty person. So yeah,
Okay.
you know,
no one really knew the musicality
No,
of you
nobody.
and the
Nobody.
arts and the fashion.
Nah,
Damn.
nobody, man.
That must
Nobody.
have been like a very difficult transition to make, or was it like smooth? Or how did you manage to get people from seeing you as that guy on the field
Yeah.
to the guy with Red Brick Media,
Thank you
Mr.
for
Live
asking
T?
that question.
How did you manage that,
Like
bruh?
people at home, you better listen to this, man. Like you have to. You guys have to listen to this. It wasn't easy, man. It wasn't easy because at the time when I had to be Mr. Live T, a lot was going on in my life. You know, a lot. I had a lot going on. I was an intern at the municipality for 2 years.
Shit,
So
okay.
in the second year, we were supposed to get our contracts and be absorbed as permanent employees. Some fucked up shit happened, you know. Can I curse on the show?
Oh, you can,
Yeah, man.
bro.
So some fucked up shit
cool.
happened.
It's cool.
Some fucked
It's
up shit
cool.
happened, man, you know. I won't go into too many details about it, but
Yeah.
we ended up being kicked to the curb, man, you know. Which was very discouraging because we had put in so much effort in actually getting these contracts, and then it was so easy to kick us to the curb.
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, I had a contract phone coming the next morning.
Oh,
the phone
yeah.
that I'm talking
Shit.
about.
Shit.
So,
the one that made all the videos.
you know, so I had a contract phone coming
Mm-hmm.
the next morning. Yeah, the next morning because I like the people had called me that
Mm-hmm.
day. They said they were gonna deliver it. So I'm like, oh shit, this phone's coming. How am I gonna pay for this phone?
It's very serious shit.
Yeah, man. And I was going to an event on the weekend as well.
Yeah.
So like I was at the time I was just partying once a month.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I really believed in that gig.
Oh, Sundance.
The
Yeah.
early days of Sundance.
It's Sundance
It was a
TV.
big popular
We live.
culture
We back
events,
again.
stores,
Anyway, I've got
like, it was
300
I remember
Yeah.
back when I was in high school too.
Yeah,
it was big. It was big. Niggas used to sneak out the hostel to go to that shit. Yeah, that shit was big, man. It was really,
You know?
really big.
So when I got to the Sundance, it was like, okay, I got this phone. I've never had a phone in a camera blind range, so it was crazy. So it was a P8 Lights 2017 model. Yeah, then I started taking videos.
Oh yeah.
You know, then I started taking videos, and it was like, what's going on here? What the fuck?
This might work.
Like, I'm not even finding any difficulty doing this thing, you know. And then I started interviewing my friends. I started and then we went back. We took the footage, went back home. We looked at the footage, and it was like, wow, okay,
Showcase.
this is better than us actually being at the gig, you know,
Showcase.
type of shit. Because we can actually relive the moments. We can actually relive
And tell the story.
Yeah, and actually,
And people can go back to it and like think and be like, shit.
you know.
Bingila pa.
And we at the time we weren't worried about the company. We just wanted a way for us to actually talk to different people and of course hot girls,
Showcase.
holding the power of the camera.
Yeah.
You know. So it like from there, it was like, whoa, okay, where do we take it now? Okay, let me start a show.
Showcase.
You know, then yeah, it's till this day, man. Till this day, I've met some great people. I've interviewed celebrity artists. The foot's in a corner unawareingly, you know, because first celebrity interview.
Here with Reason.
Was
Nice to
Reason.
meet you, man. It's great.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
Yeah. That was
This
like,
nigga was with Reason HD. Wow, my mind was blown up. I
Like-
saw it on your YouTube. I was like, shit.
and that's
Shit.
the phone.
Yeah, bruh.
And we were recording. Like, I didn't even think he was gonna allow us to do it with the phone, and it was so dark and it was so cold. But it was actually kind of cool. He's actually a dope guy. I actually look nervous on the video, but yeah, it's whatever.
I would be nervous too, bro. That's like one of the best lyricists this country has ever put out. I'd be fucking intimidated,
Like
bro.
it was crazy. Then
Yeah.
we went on
That's
to
very,
meet
very, very cool.
Shane
Here with
Eagle.
Shane
We
promoting the
was on
Yellow
with him
Tour.
on the
Me and
Yellow
the
Tour.
compadres, the whole.
We went on tour with Holly Ray. You know, at this point, I have no equipment. I'm outsourcing equipment, so it's like, and these opportunities are not coming to me as if like, yo, a month from now you got like. I get a call the day before all the time. All these.
Like
all these
how does it
calls.
come about? How does a person stand next to Reason, and like how do you get to that?
Well, funny enough, I wasn't even expecting him to be there. It was some girl's 21st.
Damn.
And it was just one of those
He was
things.
just there and was just
No, he was actually a surprise.
Oh yeah.
So
shit.
what the girl's friend was surprising her
with Reason.
with Reason. That was the
You
present.
see what good friends do? Damn. Let's hold this segment there. Like, damn, good friends. We're back on the After Dark Entertainment Podcast. We still have Mr. Live T and Besathe about good friends and how he got the opportunity to interview people like Reason, Shane Eagle, and all of that. So when we were talking about that, what like came to mind for me was as a person who's been in and around the media, music, and entertainment scene in PMB, what would you say it's like?
Well, in terms of the scene, bro, like the talent, the music is amazing, bro. Like it's nothing the world has ever, experienced before, because every artist is just so different.
Yeah.
Like you won't find replicas.
Okay.
You won't find replicas. Like so much so that when I actually got into the industry, I actually changed my whole life. I changed everything.
Like in what regard?
Playlist, bro. I
In
deleted
playlist.
everything on my phone
So what did
to
you
accommodate
listen?
the Maritzburg music.
Oh yeah.
So I deleted everything. I was listening. That's the only thing I was playing. That's the majority of the music that's on my phone right now.
Yeah.
PMP music, like it's so relatable. There's variety, bro. Like I can't emphasize that. Like there's a shitload of different artists, because even with you, when I met you, I made him like he killed that performance, ladies
Oh,
and
yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah. Yellow
He killed
House.
it. Yellow House, bro.
Yeah,
Like
was my
especially
first
since
one,
it was
yeah.
a house related event, for you to actually take the stage and actually do such a performance that it actually changed those people that were they didn't mind you performing.
Yeah.
Type of stage.
They were
So
also
that's,
like vibing with
you
it
know,
and
they
enjoying
were vibing
themselves.
it.
Yeah.
So it like that shows you because there's so many just to mention a few, bro. Like a few that when I was getting into the industry, these artists have evolved their sounds. Like
They've grown.
they've grown, bro. Like so just to mention, can I just mention
Yeah, mention a few, bro. The ones that impressed you the most, though, like the ones that you would say,
Yeah.
that's something special.
Okay.
Yeah.
A cat named Zolani G. I don't know if you know him.
Zolani G,
He's got a
I'll
killer
look him
voice.
up. I'll look him
Like
up.
he does a whole lot of shit, bro. He can go
Mm-hmm.
to Kwaito, he can go to Iqom, he can go to like hardcore hip hop, he can go to boom bap, he can go to trap. That
He's
a dope-
versatile.
Yeah, he's a dope. He's
versatile.
a
He
dope
knows how to
artist.
move,
There's
yeah.
Rayno Lennon. He's something on his own. Like he's an alter ego on his own. Like his music, like is crazy, man.
It's crazy,
It's crazy.
okay.
We have
That's dope.
Raga, one of my best lyricists within the city. He's a conceptual rapper. Like he thinks a lot about his rhymes.
Yeah.
He thinks a lot. There's people like there's stables like Jungle Gym. There's Nature and Hill for there. Recently Dice was inaugurated there. There's Van Media with the Ipetso rapper fella. Shout out rapper fella for his nomination for Amaqigo Awards.
That's dope, that's dope.
He's doing his shit with them cats there, Wizard Man and everybody. There was a cat named CI&I. He moved to C2. He moved to Joby. Like at the time when I was getting into the industry, he really helped me a lot. Find people,
Move around and
yeah, move
maneuver the
around.
game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Not forgetting a stable called Legit Nation,
Legit.
run by Langs Legit and his sister Usainsi Baby. She's a dope artist too.
Oh yeah,
You
shit.
know.
All these people are here in Marisburg.
They all
dog.
in the city, bro.
Shit,
Like,
you see how many people this nigga named, bro?
Yeah.
How many of them do you know? Like, how many do you legitimately know?
And those,
Like,
those are the
shit.
old guys. Those are the old guys. When we go to the younger guys, there's people like 3XO, Soda Lauren, there's Ziploc. You know, those guys are dope. There's Black Boy Yasi. You know, like there's a lot, man. Like, sorry if I didn't mention you. It's examples, guys. It's examples. It's just I have to think off my head, you know. But there's a lot. There's Eddie, he's a Swaziland rapper, you know, but he's here, so he's rapping the 033 himself. There's Trevor Isaac, he's rapping Ilo in Mpumalanga 1245, you know, but he was out here. They recently started a mixtape called Just Another Saturday. So every month they release a mixtape, and it usually has about 18 to 19 artists. They submit tracks, and then they 20 tracks per EP gets
Shit, gets onto that
selected.
shit.
So that's going on. I mean, it's a new artist like from there, and to like artists like Ikaku or Nash Sable, you know, Abstract AB, you know, like I've never really interviewed those people, but being so invested in the industry, this information comes to me, dog. Like I'm getting a track. It's either I'm getting a track, it's either I'm getting a help request every second day from an artist I don't know. You know, because the word is got around. You know,
there's some big
you know,
boy shit, bro. Damn.
but yeah, the music, the industry here, we've had shows. I host a show called The Live Experience. It's a live music show. You know, so yeah, man, it's a production from 95 Photography. They run a few projects there. I've worked with them on a couple of documentaries that I've shot with some of the artists they also work with. Yeah, we also had Hip Hop Thursdays at Spritz. Last year, COVID killed our show, but it was a dope show. I was meeting, you know, I met people like the Pharaoh, I met Wade, you know, I met a whole lot of artists through that show coming onto my stage, because I was actually the host and actually in charge of, you know, introducing all these artists, you know. So, yeah.
And so would you say there are any like limitations in this game? Like things that are restricting like growth in the industry?
No,
or would you say it's just flourishing and moving smoothly?
It's moving slower than it should be. Because of the concerns our artists always have, you know, like we were talking off camera, Uzi, if I had stopped doing what I was doing and went out and pay funding, bro, I wouldn't be where we are today, because the work would have stopped.
Yeah, there wouldn't have been any like progress.
Yeah, you know, so we needed to grow the credibility of the products. So in terms of the movements of what's actually going on, I think it's moving as fast as people are putting the efforts in. You know, so the more the efforts, I think it'd move.
The quicker it'll
move. You know, like.
So the growth is just determined on us and how much work we're willing to like put in, and the
infrastructure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the infrastructure, the infrastructure around the artists. You know what these big cities have is infrastructure, not per se talent. You know, don't come out here and say you got more talent, but you know, they have infrastructure, man. Like
they have like a lot of people around them.
No, not even people. They have a lot of community radios. They have a lot of PR companies. They have a lot of media houses. They have a lot of productions going on within the city to back the talent.
Be able to push them and spread them out further than we can.
Yeah.
So if we had like a better infrastructure and a more tight-knit and bigger community, we'd also be able to throw our artists further.
It would be so easy, bro.
Yeah,
it would be so easy, because we don't have a music problem. We don't have a talent problem.
Yeah.
We have an infrastructure problem. So that needs people that are playing the game in the business industry. Like we can't now ask artists to build that infrastructure. It needs
But
people
now,
that are there.
The question becomes, how do we do that? People like, okay, we see the problem.
Yeah.
We see this has to be done about the problem. But now how do we do that?
Well,
Becomes the
it's-
question. Could you
it's
answer
not-
that question?
It's not that easy because we need to get these students, laba bafundi media or they're in the arts industries, radiography, like akhona lawo ma students.
Yeah.
They're there. But as soon as they are willing to take the risks and actually start initiatives like that, I think that's when we'll actually move a whole lot quicker in terms of the growth of our artists, because we can't depend ukuthi ngizoqeda radiography at UKZN or wherever and then there's some media house job in the city. Our best people are gonna leave. Our best
So
people.
how do we keep them in? Because you gotta bear in mind when they finish this degree and out there, those people are gonna pay them.
Yeah, of course.
At this level, we can't afford to pay them.
Yes,
not
of
not
course.
nearly as much as those people were. So how do we get them to think, nah, I'll stay here for this smaller sum and leave that out there? How do we convince them to do that?
Well, it's not easy, bro. Like if you can, people have priorities. People have
Yeah.
responsibilities, bro.
Yeah.
Like this work that we're doing, so needs a passion, bro. It needs you to love it. It needs you to keep showing up. So if when constantly you're gonna keep sacrificing it for other things, bro, it's never gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen.
know.
So we gotta
Yeah,
get
it
people who want this.
Who want to do it,
Yeah,
because
I
we
get you,
can't
bro.
force people.
Into anything. I get that. Yeah. Let's wrap it up. That was the second segment. Yeah. We back again. The third segment. So we're speaking of all these artists that are coming in and are doing so much in the city. So what would you advise a new person, a new artist, firstly, that's coming in the game, that wants to go in? What would you advise them to do and not to do that you've seen work for others and impede others? And then after you've advised that little artist and a person like you who wants to be the future media mogul, what would you advise them to do?
Okay. In terms of artists, I think you'd first need to ask yourself, bruh, is this what you want to do for the rest of your life? Because I think that's the first question you need to ask yourself. You can't be half in, half out. Well, this is a career that needs you.
Needs all of you.
It's not based on past experiences, past whatever. It's based on why are you here? What is your story? What do you So I think firstly you need to ask yourself that.
Yeah.
Secondly, you need to surround yourself with people that are within that industry. Don't be afraid to lose friends. Don't be afraid to lose relationships. You need to go out and go to the people that are doing that. You need to feed off them. You need to be constantly within that frequency all the time, because that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
It goes back to question number one. Do I want to do this for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
Then you go back, then you go to, okay, do I want to surround my people with these type of people for the rest of my life? Then thirdly, create a structure around yourself, because as an artist, you're a business.
You're a brand.
You're a brand. You're a company. You're the products.
Yep.
You
what people are paying for. People are paying for.
Yeah, you want people to pay you. So what do companies that get paid have? They have departments. They have HR. They have marketing. They have finance. They have communication.
They have an organism that is moving around them constantly to build them.
There's a limb for each one thing, which is you, the artist.
Yeah.
So surround yourself with that type of infrastructure.
Yeah.
And fourthly, everything you're gonna try within within whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Try it at its minimal form first, because the most important thing when you are trying to implement something is not to find out what is right with it, but the most important thing is to find out what is wrong with the way we are trying to do things.
Yeah.
You know, so we don't make the same mistakes going forward. So if we are constantly learning and making mistakes, then that's
We're improving.
probably 1,000 less mistakes to make when we at another level. You know, so you don't want mistakes from the past haunting you when
coming
you don't
back,
need to
yeah.
deal with them now. You know, deal with that. Like, be willing to deal with that. You know, a pride factor, like, get that out. Get the pride out, man. Because if it requires you to walk around in town wearing your merch, giving everybody flyers or business cards or whatever,
do that.
It
Be
requires
willing
you
to be on the ground.
Yeah, if it requires
Take
you
those
to
hits.
do that. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much the four most important things
Things you
because
tell an artist.
everything else is irrelevant because you're talented. You're gonna put in the work. But now the question is you wanna be paid for that. So now there needs to be an infrastructure.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just mentioning these four key factors that I think are very important.
Yeah.
You know, maybe someone else will think, nah, you know, that's
There's something
but
else they feel is more important.
This is my opinion. I'm Mr. Live T, and this is how I see it.
Shakir.
You know, so
That's legit.
yeah. In terms of media moguls that actually, you know,
are studying up.
I
Want to do this shit. Yeah.
Oof, the most important thing when you're in the media industry is showing up all the damn time, bro. Like there's no off days, man. Like you need to be there because it's a face value type of industry.
Yeah.
You know, so like your credibility is the most important thing. Your reputation is the most important thing. So people won't fucks with you if they're not seeing you constantly. You need to
if they don't see you show up.
Yeah, you need to build public perception.
Okay.
Even with artists. Oh, I forgot that one for artists.
Yeah.
You need to build a good public perception.
Yeah.
You know, before you even sell your music.
Yeah.
You know, you need to get the public
knowing you and who you are.
how personally they can get to you.
Yeah.
You know, they need to know that because it's easier for you to sell that product if people already relate to you and people already, you know, are accustomed to whatever
and
you're
really
doing.
fuck with you.
Yeah, like besides the music, they already
fuck with you. Yeah.
So like if you're a media mogul, then if you're in the media industry, that's what it is. You need to position yourself all the time. You need to be patient with your strategies. You need to be hands on all the time. You need to learn everything about every department. Everything in the media industry, you need to know that.
Yeah.
Because sooner rather than later, you're going to be hiring people and you're going to need to guide people. So if you don't go through some shit
and you don't know what you're doing, then you
I was
can't
the camera
really
guy.
guide people.
I was editing.
Yeah.
I was in front of the camera. I was...
a piece of everything.
Yeah,
You've
I was
experienced
liaising with
a lot.
promoters.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sending emails. You know.
Yeah.
Because like funny story. Like I think in terms of liaising or positioning.
Yeah.
I think this is a very relevant story.
Okay.
In
Let's hear it.
2018. 2018, I have a friend. I used to work with at the municipalities. His name is Lungelo Sole, Lunique Sole. You've probably seen him on Impeu. He's worked on Ikakasi. So this one time at Bandcamp, when I say this one time, I have to say this one time at Bandcamp.
Okay.
So yeah, this one time at Bandcamp, you know, I went to see him. You know, I went to see him. He's a confident chap. You know,
Oh, yeah,
so
Shakir.
he's like, yo, man, yeah, man, what's up, what's good? Like, is everything okay? Hey, I'm happy for him, you know. Hey, how's things? Wimpeo, bro, how's that? How's the kakas? So, by the way, I'm actually invited to the seminar Ikakas no Telkom. There's going to be apparently some important people there, but nah, probably might not go. But guys, that's him. I quote, you know.
Fuck.
Hey, get
That's
me now,
some
man.
big
You should
shit.
right
That's some big
Get
shit.
me now, all right. In my head, I'm thinking, I know it's okay. He's going there.
Yeah.
But it's okay, fine. Like maybe there's a chance I can actually, you know.
Yeah.
Get me now. So like, is there a way? Invitation. It's invites. You have to RSVP. It's oh shit. Okay. I know, man. Ngisendele le shandis. Yabo ngisendele le invites. In fact, so I just wanna have a look at it at home. You know, maybe post it for you just in case. You know. Nah, being confident is yes. It's like, yeah, sure, man, sure. Like in my head, oh shit, there's a chance I can actually get into the seminar. So, Sengi, I was like, oh shit, there's an email of some chick you need to email where we need to RSVP. So what I do is, I'm like, okay, let me take a chance.
An email.
Let me just
RSVP.
email these people. Yeah, let me just RSVP because the invite is not written anybody's name. And yeah, now he's taking a chance to invite because he's thinking yeah, like only a select few people know about it. It's not like I broadcast it. It's for small businesses like SMMEs. So I'm like, okay, email. Email. Oh, okay, yes. I'm Sabiso from Red Brick Media Umbrella Group. I got the invites and I do RSVP. We are compliant to the invites. Oh, and furthermore, we have a request since we are a media company. We would like to be part of the media team that's going to be there at the seminar. Send. Okay, then I wait a day. The next morning, like I don't check my emails, like I don't check them all the time. But the next morning, I waited for the email and it was like, oh shit, okay. Then it came the following day. Yeah. It came
So they emailed you back.
Yeah, they emailed me back. But yeah, we'll do that after the break.
Now you were telling us, advising the artist. That's what you were doing.
I'd like to continue my story if you don't mind.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, man. Like as I was saying, the email came back. She was like, "Oh, yeah, man. Like, oh, we're happy that you're RSVPing. Tags for entry tags will be given to you and your team on your arrival. Venue: Golden Horse, White Horse Conference Room. Yeah, and yes, you can't be part of the media team." And I was like, what? What? And I kept that tag, bro. Like I forgot to bring it, but yeah, I still have it. I still have that tag. Like I still couldn't believe it. So wow.
They just let you in like that.
We got there, man. We got there. It was some fancy ass shit.
So did you have like equipment? What were you gonna be shooting these videos
Like
with, bro?
I had a Canon, bro. Like at the time, 2018 changed for me. One of my friends saw the hustle and he was like, okay, I have a camera business and shoot some shot and shit, but camera so you can use that camera. Yeah, bro. So at the time, that's when things changed for me because like now my friend had given me a camera, so now I can do some legit shit. So when we got there, like, wow, man. Wow, like I was so close to everything and I wasn't even invited. I was on stage, bro. I spoke to radio DJs from Ikaka, Alex Untiane and all the others. You know, we actually
got just socializing and
we
networking,
actually got to
bro.
listen in. We actually got to listen in on the on some of izinto ezenzeka manje back then, bro. Like hearing about the fourth industrial revolution that was coming. Which is now, but we heard about it in that seminar in 2018, bro. You know, so there's a lot of information that was shared in that seminar that if I didn't take that risk or chance,
you wouldn't have.
It wouldn't have happened. You know, so it also requires a lot of risk. You know? It also requires
being willing to just do it.
Yeah,
don't think about it too much. Just do it.
Yeah, man.
Go in.
Yeah. Like I wasn't scared. Like, dude, do you actually really do this for what? No, like I didn't go to media school. I have a sports diploma. I'm a football coach by license. But like this media thing, I actually taught myself. Like
That's something you just picked up and you're let's see.
I'm running with it. Yeah, you know, yeah. I'm running with it. Like, because I knew, Woodsy, I needed to equip myself with the terminologies, speak like somebody's in the media industry. You know, I needed to carry myself as somebody who's in the media industry. So I didn't just get there and be like, oh shit, I'm here with my camera. How am I still going to No.
You just
I was in front of
yourself
their
and do it.
cameras. I was speaking in their cameras and I wasn't even invited. I was eating the food. I was recording people behind the scenes. I was making people talk for my camera. You know, I even
So
edited.
engaging.
I was engaging. So,
Yeah, so-
like, I owned that space.
Trickies.
And I wasn't even invited. Nobody knew me. And funny enough, my managers from the municipality were there and they were eating humble pie. It was like, dude, we didn't give you a contract, but how the fuck did you get here?
Yeah,
I'm like, nigga, what did you think? You know? So it was a great experience, man. It was a great experience, you know, till this day, man. Like, and the worst part of my journey was that when we started out, we had to pay at work to work at events.
Oh yeah.
So now asaziwa. So now I can't just convince you that we are media team, we broadcasters, we broadcasting at your events. Can you pay us? Because the question then would be, who are you? Like, what value could you bring to me? Can you guarantee, Guti, if you broadcast here, 1,000 people are gonna pitch and they're gonna pay? Yeah, because they looking in the now.
Yeah,
you know. So we had to
you
pay
need results.
You
had to give them that assurance.
We had to buy tickets. So if I had a team of 5, we had to buy tickets for a team of 5.
And then go shoot the event.
Shoot the event, edit that, and then come back to you and say, man, we paid for your event. This is what we did at your events when we paid. If you like it, we never paying for your events ever again. And then, boom, we never paid for events ever again. We broadcasters. Now we credible. Now we've sorted out. Now we've sorted out how we build our value aspects. Now we've sorted out our access, because that's also important, because you can have money but without access, umanzi. So now we've sorted out the access. Now let's say for the next 5 years in the strategy or the plan, we're sorting out how to make consistent money.
Okay.
Because now we have
how
access
to change that access into funds.
Yes.
Yeah. How to get those people to pay you for doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
Nah, I get you. And you said you're running with it. So how long do you plan on running with this shit? And when will you pass the baton, like hand it over? Like how long do you see yourself running with this shit and doing it until you're like, nah, let me give it to the next kid now?
Have you ever heard of a channel called Vice?
Vice, nah, bro.
Like they are broadcasters. They offer a variety of topics or of things. So there's Vice News, there's Vice Document, there's Vice Crime, there's Vice Music, there's Vice, you know. Those guys those people started back in the 80s, dog.
Yeah.
And Vice is still around.
So
for me, man, until I die, bro. Until I die, bro. Because
but then you got, at some point you gotta.
I'm not gonna be like. Of course, I'm gonna be behind the scenes, running the company, running the productions.
But then it's at some point you gotta like pass it on. Like,
pass it on to who? Because I've got people I'm recruiting all the time, so I'm constantly uplifting people. You know, I'm always advising people that work for me. If you work with me or for me, you need to have a company on the side, because I'm gonna need to rotate the stuff to give opportunity to other people. You know, so it's like that, bro. It never stops. The guy who started Vice, Vice has been going on for 35 years.
Damn, that's a long time to be doing something.
You know, so this is my baby. I want to see the changes. I want to
see it grow. You want to see it become something else. You want to see it learn new things.
I want the world to know about me and our city, and I want to learn more about the world. Yeah,
and gather
my
more
bro.
information.
Of course.
Keep learning, because learning is like, fuck, it's a very big aspect of this.
It never
of this,
ends.
Of this, like, even in the media space, you just gotta be willing to learn new shit. Be it you're behind the cameras, editing videos, making music. Like, production needs you to have an open mind and be willing to be taught some new shit,
Yeah,
bro.
bro.
Like,
Students of the game. Dog.
yeah, bro. I
Forever.
really love that. I mean, even like with younger kids, there was like kids I was working with recently, like Aberrant Gang. Those kids are nice, dog. And there were things like their producer Trendo. Like I'd chill with him and I'd see like the way he layers his vocal chains, his presets, everything, and I'd just be like, shit, how you do that shit, bro? And you just always learning, and you see how people do different things, and it's just, you just gotta have an open mind in this industry. That's what I learned, and it's nice. It's nice
amazing,
to learn from older folk like you who've
man.
lived and walked that journey, and share what you did, like how you tread this journey, how you moved, and I learned. I'm like, shit, maybe I can improve like this. Maybe since he went like that and it really didn't work out like that, what if I did that but I tweaked it slightly, to see how it's gonna work out for me? And just even learning from the little kids, like the ones that are coming through, these rappers, you just like, shit, okay, that's a different way of doing things. That's why I like them, because they do shit differently. They
have
do it,
better access, man.
yeah, bro. They just they nice with it, and it's really like enlightening, and I enjoy that shit a lot.
It's amazing, bro. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
bro.
We have in the time of our lives, bro. We broke, but I'm waking up every day, more, and it's like the best time of our lives, man.
Best. We're back for the fourth and final segment. So throughout the last segment, the previous segment, you were just advising the up and coming. So they take that advice, they put it into play, and now they want to get into events. How do they get in those clubs, in those events, in those festivals? How do they get in? How do they get their names on those posters? How do they get in those events?
Well, me being the person that I am, I truly believe in keeping your value.
Yeah.
So there's always more value in you creating your own platforms than anything else.
Okay.
You know, so if you can build a credible platform, or make sure you are creating your own events like that, whether it be shows, whether it be launch parties, whether it be press releases, whether it be listening sessions. But for me, I'd advise you to take that route more.
So
because
you'd
it's gonna be
advise
easier. It's gonna be easier to get those collabs if you have your own thing to step on. Because if you don't, you're constantly gonna be feeding off, like giving off a desperate energy to promoters and people that, you know, other as to being called
in.
but we platform out. So that guy, I know that platform. Yes, we'd like you to be on a show.
So what you're saying basically is, in order for you to get like called into these events, to get into those clubs, to get on those rosters with those names, you have to create your own first.
Yeah.
So you have to create your own event
Yeah.
in order for other events to start booking you.
Yeah. If not that way, then you need to really push your brand by all means, bro. Like whether it be music videos, whether it be marketing strategies, activations for your projects, making sure all the radios are playing your shit, you know, boosting your numbers. That always involves a lot of, you know, shady business, underhand deals. You know, you tend to sometimes take pay cuts because of that fact. So you're trying to get into
those doors.
You know, you're trying to get in. So sometimes you're gonna take pay. But if it's a call up from somebody, Osi, I believe in that brand. I think it's gonna be valuable to add that
to
brand
what I'm
to
building.
what I'm building, you know.
Okay.
So there's more value in that. You can actually negotiate better deals that way. Yeah.
No, I get you. Okay. Were you listening? I hope all the artists up and coming are listening and paying attention. There's a lot of learning going on. There's a lot of learning going on. There's a lot of growth, and I'm loving that. I'm enjoying it. And let's just get into what do you think of fusing like our local genres like umaskandi, iqom, yabo house with hip hop? Like, how do you feel namapiano? How do you feel about that movement? How do you feel
Like,
about those artists that are doing that?
I feel like that's showing how black people are, man. Like, we are people of rhythm and soul. We are creative people. We inspired people.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is bound to happen because we always trying to break boundaries in terms of creativity.
Yeah.
You know, even the fashion industries that are booming now without the black communities adding their flavor to it, you know, adding their creativity to it wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like those are good for the industry. Those are good for the continuation and the growth of our music industry, because we can't just be stagnant. We need to also acknowledge that things are changing.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, man, like I feel like those are really good, because like some people within those industries, like people that are heads or hip hop heads, drum heads or piano heads would disagree, because it's like, oh, okay, you in hip hop, like why
are you here?
You know, they need to understand that there's opportunity everywhere to be great. You know, so I'm guessing that's how it was supposed to be if it's happening, because other than that, then it should have stopped. It's never gonna stop. It's
growth.
People
is
wanna
inevitable.
keep infusing music.
Okay, so now talking about music, let's go back to the heads, to the classics. Yeah, but since we're speaking of the heads, so we got this thing. You gotta tell me your favorite two artists in each decade. So starting from the 90s to 2000. That's the first decade. Your favorite two artists. And favorite, like your personal favorite, who you personally feel like did like the most, within that decade. And then it's 2000 to 2010.
Yeah.
That's another decade. Give me two artists that you feel like did the most in that decade. And then the decade that we just got out of, 2010 to 2020. Who you feel like were the two that were killing?
Okay.
Yeah.
In the 90s, man. In the 90s, like in our country, I can't exactly. I'm sure people are expecting to hear like, yeah, man. I was listening to Pac. I was listening to Biggie. I was listening to Dre. I was listening. Man. Like in our country, like in that era, bruh, there was a whole lot of TKZ. There was a whole lot of Arthur. There was a whole lot of Brenda, but I was listening passively.
You
wasn't
weren't actively.
I wasn't
listening.
like, I'm ahead, bro. I'm this is what I'm following. Man. Like I was just listening passively. I listened to a bit of Kabelo when he branched off from TKZ. You know. Then Brown Dash came in the 2Ks, that's what I was. But I wasn't really interested.
So you wouldn't say you have a favorite in that?
Nah, I wasn't really interested in music.
Let's get over it and let's go to the 2000s. For sure, you have a favorite artist. 2000 to 2010. For sure.
Those were my. I was about to go into high school. I was influenced by a lot of music, but I was listening to a lot of EDM. I was listening to a lot of EDM. Yeah, I was listening to a lot of EDM, bro. Like I was listening to John Delbach. I was listening to Avicii. I was listening to a whole lot of EDM, man. Like like those niggas, bro. Like those are overseas cats, but I like it's not easy to remember. But back at home, I was still listening passively. I would my biggest passion. I was following Fresh and Euphonic and Roger Good really big time. I was following. I changed my whole life, man. I was a white boy for in that decade. I was partying at
there was a passive
raves.
decade. There was a white boy decade. the one that you just come 2010 to
2010. Oh, that's
Who
when
were
I,
you?
That's when I started
were you?
smoking weed, man. 2010. Like that's when things changed, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's when I started. Back then, like at the time, I was listening to a whole lot of tribal house. So it was the likes of Oculo, Point Five. I was listening to Black Coffee. But Nakhona, I was still into EDM, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was
Oh,
like
yeah.
the
So-
only guy in my hood that was like
Tricky.
listening to EDM.
So
And it was
so
rough.
you weren't like ever like a hip hop head.
Nah,
you were never
man.
like the guy
Like-
that's listening to the raps and all
Nah,
that
man,
shit.
that's when that's like then when I like when that decade went through, I was listening to a lot of I was listening to a lot of Drake. Like when I started smoking, like I was listening to a lot of Drake. Like I actually paid attention to the beats because I didn't understand hip hop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, I
oh,
didn't
yeah. It was
understand.
foreign to you.
Yeah, bro. Like
Shit.
I'll be
Unlike me,
honest,
like-
I didn't understand shit, bro.
Bruh,
Like,
bruh.
okay, yeah, you say that. Oh, okay.
Damn,
the beats. Okay, what? Like, and then
Shit.
I got it
Like-
changed, bro.
Like compared to me, like hip hop has always been what
Yeah.
I am, and it's like, bruh, I couldn't like imagine my childhood growing up because like teenage years,
Yeah.
dog, without hip hop, bruh. There's like milestones, bruh. I measure by Weezy albums. I remember 2010 because Weezy dropped the I'm Not a Human Being too.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it was the
Yeah.
year 2010, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember 2014 because Weezy dropped Carter 5. You get me?
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember 2008 because the Carter 3 came out.
Yeah.
Hip hop has become such a big thing in my life that there's just times periods that I remember purely by hip hop.
Because of hip hop.
Yeah. So that's shit's crazy that you didn't understand that. Yeah.
No, I
bruh,
didn't,
it's-
bro.
it's
Like
still
I'll be
shit.
honest, in on camera, I didn't, bro. It was until I actually paid attention through the weed, you know.
Yeah.
But
it
yeah, it
heightens
was-
the senses. It made you act so shit kids.
Yeah, but it was fun, man. Like,
yeah, it was fun. It
like,
was fun.
like right now, I'm listening to a whole of lo-fi.
Oh yeah,
listening
lo-fi
to neo soul.
Lo-fi hits. Lo-fi.
Yeah, and
lo-fi is
I'm listening to a
dope,
lot of
bruh.
beats.
Shit,
You know, I'm listening
bruh,
to
lo-fi slaps.
a lot of beats. I listen to Philanthrop. I listen to Leave. I listen to Kupla. I listen to Elijah Nang. You know, like those are beat makers. They release beat tapes online. So I felt like, okay, I'd had enough of lyrics. Now I just need to create my own story. Like I have a vision to think about.
Shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's the like. I'm like literally the opposite. You focus on the beats, I focus on the writing.
Yeah.
But thank you. It was
Yeah,
nice
man.
having you.
It was great.
And it was a great time. And please like, subscribe, comment, engage with us, Ngezansi. And until next time.
Oh
you-
yeah, don't forget to follow me
Yes,
on
please.
Instagram,
Red
Mr.
Brick-
Live T 007, Red Brick Radio _ on Instagram, Red Brick Radio on Facebook.
YouTube.
Follow our channel on YouTube. It's Red Brick Radio, and yeah, soon to be launched Feng Shui TV also on YouTube. But yeah,
Yeah.
we live, man.
Thank you.